Hi, Mark here from the Tangent-Bound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangent-Bound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangent-Bound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangentBoundNetwork.com and see if Tangent-Bound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net's Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky vs. Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now, Google Let Play. Us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
「
language.
「 language. 」 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 language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 448.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
Man, I tell you what, I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
Like, I woke up from a nap like an hour ago. It was one of those like 15-minute power naps. You just kind of close your eyes and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you know?
little time travel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all I did was blink. How's it 20 minutes later?
Yeah, it was goddamn weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange stuff.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I'm tired too. It's weird. I got a good amount of sleep last night, and I mean, I was deep in dreamland. So,
Right.
because I had a fucked up dream. So, the only thing I can
Isn't
think
that the
of
worst?
sometimes is it makes you wonder, you know, like you get into these really, really deep dreams, and you're like, well, clearly I'm in a deep state of sleep, right?
Yes, clearly.
But when they're weird or freaky or whatever, you wake up and you're like, what the fuck was that? You know, it's like, makes you wonder if you're truly resting during that time, you know? Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
cause I had this weird dream that like you, me, and my nephew Mike, like we went to be part of some reenactment for some, I don't even know what the hell it was, but anyway, so we get to this place and whatever's going on, and next thing you know, like, somehow one of the people in the group resurrected Mum-Ra.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You don't mean Mum-Ra, the ever-living, do you?
Dude, I mean the big badass Mum-Ra. I can't remember which, you know, because he had a different name for like the decrepit old man one versus, or the mummy guy versus the like, oh look, I'm on the cover of Muscle and Fitness, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
In a loincloth.
It was like Wets Himself Mum-Ra versus Testosterone Replacement Mum-Ra.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then we, you know, spoiler alert, we finish off Mum-Ra. Mothra there too? Fuck. I know, we were in for some shit. No, so we defeat Mum-Ra, and then we go to the bar, cause, you know, you gotta celebrate.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, then
What, are we gonna not go to the bar?
like, then I'm like fighting, blacking out, and all of a sudden T's there, and T's all like, you know, we should get Taco Bell, and I'm like, yeah, we should get Taco Bell, but for some reason, we're now at some like lake resort, and we're like 3 hours away from the closest Taco Bell.
I mean, you'll have that.
And my nephew gets tired of waiting, and he just leaves without us. So then for some reason my sister's there, and she takes you and I to a pizza place instead. So
Right.
we went and got some za, and then I woke up. That was it. So
At least you got the dream za before you woke up.
yeah, it was, I don't know, man. It's like, why is mine mixing, you know, hack and slash with, you know, like, I don't know, that bachelor party we went to, basically. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, right?
right? Like, what is going on? Although, I mean, you know, bachelor party that turns into hack and slash might be a strong movie.
It could be. It could be. Sounds like a D&D, you know, nerd's fucking, goddamn wet dream there.
Right. Man.
Bachelor party that breaks on to hack and slash D&D.
Right? I mean,
Right?
I wake up and it was just like a, what the fuck? You know, kind of thing. And then it was a little while before I could go back to sleep. Not because it was like creepy or anything, but just more of a like, you know, like just a head scratcher, you know?
I mean, that's fair.
Pretty silly. So.
I mean, my little power nap dream I had was wasn't at my current job. I was at a job somewhere. And it smelled funky in the place.
Well,
you know?
you were there, so yeah.
Well, yeah. And I was like, I got the solution for this. And I was like, we used to do this at a comic shop I worked out, and I threw a stick up in the heater vent.
Yeah.
And then like all this shredded paper just started flying out of it, like ridiculous amounts of shredded paper. And then I woke up.
It was pretty weird.
I don't remember any shredded paper coming out of the vents.
No, exactly. It looked like the other end of a wood chipper kind of thing. Like that's how aggressive the shredded paper was.
Wow. That's kind of I mean, boy, what a weird dual purpose item. You know, it's like not only is it a heater, but it's also a wood chipper.
Yeah, it was weird.
For those who don't know what we're talking about real quick, what Tony was referring to is the first comic shop we worked in. The owner used to put those stick-ups in the vent. And, oh my God, I hated when he put a new one in. It killed me, you know?
Oh yeah, it was brutal.
Strong as hell. I mean, but on the other side, it was that or you smell gamer funk. And I mean, you know, no one likes gamer funk. So
No one likes gamer funk.
Oh man. So yeah, that was all right. Well, clearly our brains are working 100% in the logical realm.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the as seen on TV commercial for your vent / shredder wood chipping.
Right.
But wait, there's more.
Heats up the room, shreds evidence, and
Yeah. And keeps you nice and toasty. It's like a fire without the fire. Like, oh, well, I could use one of those around the office.
Yeah, imagine that.
I can have my 12 manservants, you know, destroying things
Only
and
12?
keeping me, well, I mean, just for destroying documents
Oh yeah, right.
at that office. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Only at that one.
Only at that one, yeah. At the official document destroying office.
Yes, exactly.
So how are you at running things through shredders? Okay. Because that's all you're going to be doing here. Like, that's it. No answering phones, no greeting customers, just shredding documents all day long.
All day long.
Okay. And you have to wear a blindfold.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. Man. So a couple nights ago with my brother, and we're hungry, and we see a Chipotle, and we're like, hey, that's an idea.
Chipotle is good eats.
Yeah, so we stroll on in there, and it's
Saunter even?
not quite a saunter, but
Okay.
it's a little too cold for sauntering, you know.
Fair enough.
So we get in there, and or as we're walking in, there's a guy like directly behind us. It's walking in, it's my brother, me, then this guy. Okay.
Okay. Right.
And the way this Chipotle is laid out is very stupid because the line is going to form to where it's going to block the doors. So not only does it
That
block,
seems suspect.
right? Not only does it block the doors there, but if people are trying to leave, people have to like part the sea for them to leave. You know, it's just, It's not like the one we usually go to, sorry for being local, but on like, Talmadge, you know, where you walk in the middle basically, and then you go to the left to form the line. That's much smarter. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we walk in, and as we walk in, my brother and I kind of step to the left a little bit so that there's room for this guy to also come in behind us, and he just steps right in front of us.
Rude.
Right? So I'm thinking he thought that we stepped out of the way, kind of like we didn't know we were going to get kind of, you know, or kind of just to let him go first, which was not what we were doing, but whatever. There was already a line of like 20 high school jocks. So
I'm assuming you just immediately went in the ground and pound.
I just put him through the door is all I did.
Fair enough.
You know, and, you know, then later I think they had him on the grill or something. They were talking about some sort of new meat option. So,
Meat option.
yeah. No, what was funny though is like, you know, so we get inside, my brother and I just kind of look at each other and laugh, you know, whatever, you know, and then I see him reaching for a menu and I'm like, oh no, this guy also has never been here before, I bet. And I'm like, damn it.
How is that even possible?
Well, I don't know. Well, this one,
Yeah.
and I will say this, I think this one is, again, sorry for going local folks, it's on Woodville Avenue. So I think it's a new one. So maybe, anywho. But again, there's a bunch of people in front of us, so I'm like, whatever, it doesn't matter. By the time he gets up there, he'll decide, or I'll bulldog him onto the counter, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So
like you do.
Like you do, yeah. But my brother gets through everybody. Like, what the weird part to me, one of the things was like one of the high school kids was like, cause seriously, there were a bunch of like high school wrestlers there. So I think they must have just come from, I don't know, some, slap and tickle or whatever it is they do on Friday nights.
Yeah, exactly.
And, probably practice, but,
Oil checks and makeout session.
sure. Hey, whatever you gotta do to get ready for the meet, take that however you will. No,
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm kidding.
English is a weird language.
Very. So the one kid just gets up and he's like, I want brown rice, steak, and cheese. That's all he got.
He's not doing Chipotle right.
Right? I'm like, dude, you're paying $8 for rice, steak, and cheese. You're doing this really wrong, man. Like,
yeah. Not right at all.
Yeah. But whatever, I mean.
Wait, whatever floats your boat.
Maybe he's just after, I don't know. I was going to say maybe he's just protein, but I was like, no, because he didn't get any beans. So anyway, whatever. But
you eat beans, tear his shit up.
That's very possible, But like no salsa of any kind, no sour cream, no guac even, nothing. No queso, nothing.
Well, the problem is, Brian, is clearly he's never been on a round trip ride to Flavortown.
I guess, yeah.
Clearly.
Well, I will give him this though, and this is where I appreciate, cause guys, bust balls. That's what we do. And his friends, like there were like 3 of them, they were in like couple groups, like you could tell they were all part of the same group, but they also had their own kind of little subgroups.
Right.
And the 2 that were standing there with him were just giving him all the shit for not getting anything else, basically,
As they should.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird, but anywho, long story short, but I get up there and I'm like, brown rice. And the girl's like, ooh, let me see if we have enough. And I'm like, well, white rice is fine. I don't really care, and she goes, oh, we're completely out of white rice.
So they're out of white rice.
Like,
and she's like, let me check.
Now, when she says out of white rice, she means there's 0 in the restaurant, white rice. Like, they are completely out. Can't make more. And I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, okay, so this one has a drive-through, which is different because the others in Toledo don't have drive-thrus. So,
right, for sure.
She goes over because they have a complete separate station for the drive-through person, which is really smart, actually. Because then they're not in each other's way trying to make stuff.
Truth.
So anyway, there's some rice over there. Not a lot though, so she's got enough for like my portion, which kind of sucks. Usually I'll ask for, like, hey, a little extra, but
yeah, well, load me up. I'm winking at you, eh?
Yeah, but not today. So I'm like, whatever. I'll still get plenty of food, and then I'm like, chicken or, I'm like black beans. And then, so she throws those on and then I'm like chicken and she goes, and I'm like, really? Like, I'd already heard her tell someone else they were out of steak after, the one kid got steak. So she goes,
at this point, they should just turn the lights off and everyone go home.
Right? Like, you're out of steak, you're out of chicken, you're out of rice. Like, what the hell? Well,
exactly.
I heard there was a guy that was working the front there, and he went and was like, he was going to make rice because they were. The girl told me if they didn't have any more over there, it would be at least 5 minutes, maybe longer. And I'm like, well, that sucks, but at the same time, you're getting, fresh made, so not horrible.
Yeah, I mean, fresh is good.
Although I'm looking behind me and there's about 8 people already. Like this isn't going to turn out well.
So I mean, you said it's a new location. Like, is this brand spanking new to the point that obviously they don't know what the fuck is going on yet?
That would be my guess, is that maybe they were understaffed because they didn't know what demand they would have. And this is Friday at like 9:00. I mean, we're past typical dinner time, but
Chipotle, young kids.
Oh, well, like I said, I think the big thing that sucked was there was a large group of wrestlers that went through, and there were quite a few of them I heard say double protein, or double meat, so.
Right.
So, anywho, so, she's got enough chicken for me. I'm like, awesome, we'll get through, whatever. But then, I hear the guy who's running their, like, kitchen area come up and he, like, literally, like not grabs, but I mean, like without grabbing, he grabs basically, like psychically grabs this guy that's working the line, and they walk around a corner, but I could still hear him like yelling at the dude, like, get your head out of your ass and do your job. Like, when you're low on stuff, you have to let us know. You can't wait until you're out. You know?
Yeah, I mean, not wrong.
Yeah,
there.
because like they had steak on the grill at that point, but you still got to wait for it to finish. Then the way they do it is a process, you know, which is smart because it's about, you know, they finish it off. He puts it into a metal, you know, container, sets it on the counter, washes his hands. Then he's got to put on like the metal glove, you know, so he doesn't destroy his hand while he's chopping the meat. And
or I don't know, get knife skills.
Yeah. But whatever it
Don't
takes.
Be a bitch and shit.
But think of it this way.
Chances.
Think of it a different way, though. If while he's cutting that steak and he cuts his finger, he's got to throw all that out, and then they have to start over. So
it's extra protein, bro.
Yeah, you know. So whatever. But I mean, I wasn't eating that steak anyway. I was already through the line. But still,
country. That's what that is.
But you know what I mean. Like at this point, he hadn't even put chicken on the grill yet, and it doesn't take a long time. But still, you have to wait. You know, so in the meantime, people are just standing there because they're waiting rice. Like they literally had 0 rice up there.
That is insane.
And I can't imagine they must have had a drive-through line too, probably because again, 0 rice in the ready. So
and it's not like rice cooks super quick. I mean, I don't know Chipotle's process. Maybe they've got bags of rice that's basically ready to go or whatever.
I got a feeling they've got like essentially like par cooked rice, and then they put it into like a pressure cooker to finish it, basically. Because it only, from the way they talked, it would only be like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh wow, fair enough.
And that's pretty fast for a lot of rice.
Yeah.
You know, so
all the rice.
Yeah. But so I, you know, as I'm sitting down where I was sitting, I could see in the reflection in the window of the line, and I'm just watching, and I'm like, man, that line's just getting longer and longer. And then finally, you know, some people leave because they're tired of waiting.
I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah. And I even heard the one guy who I told you, you know, kind of yelled at the other guy. He was offering a few of the people, like up front, he was giving them like free chips and salsa basically because, you know, just trying to do a little something. You know, for the wait. And I'm like, man, that's rough.
We're so sorry.
That's what he was too, is he's, you know, I'm really sorry about, I was like, yeah, I hope they get their shit together because they're going to get their asses handed to them left and right if they don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everyone expects, you know, when you go in there, I've been in plenty of them where the lines are long, but they still get you through fast, you know, because.
Yeah, it's never been a huge issue.
Yeah, because everything's so streamlined. It's literally already made, you know, you just go, I want this, they slap it in a bowl and they're like, here you go, you know.
Then you're on your way.
Or roll it in a burrito. Also, I gotta say, that big guy that got dressed down there, boy, he was terrible at rolling burritos.
Oh, man.
Dude, he was rolling them to where the flaps, you know how like you tuck the one part in, then you tuck the 2 flaps and then you roll it over, right?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't so much tucking the flaps inside.
What is he doing?
He's just doing that first tuck, rolling it, and then tucking the flaps on the outside. And I'm like, dude, those burritos are going to completely fall apart. Like, what an ass.
You remember Terminator 2 when Terminator put the dudes like tossed the dude on a hot griddle in the back of the bar or whatever?
Yeah.
That guy needs that treatment, clearly.
I'll tell you, the look of rage in who I'm assuming was the manager, it sure looked like it was getting close to that point.
Right.
He was pretty angry.
Someone's getting roundhouse kicked soon.
Yeah, he was not a happy camper. So yeah, I was like, oof. But yeah, but you know, whatever. I mean,
you know, people they gotta learn.
Yep.
I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, get your head out of your
Yeah, well, and that's what he was telling him. And the only other thing I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe at that point, maybe that guy shouldn't be up on the line anymore. Maybe you should have him doing prep work in the back or something like that. I don't know. You know, like just get him out of the way.
Rotate that turd out or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're benched. Yeah.
Like, you know, let him go into the back room and have himself a good cry.
Yeah. Like, here's a broom. Try not to fuck it up.
Exactly. You can do it.
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
I mostly believe in you. Yeah. Exactly. So, oh well.
Yeah. For real, don't fuck it up.
Yeah, right? I was like, oh boy. That was...
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, you knew you're learning. Like you said, you gotta learn. So, but also, if you're gonna work a place like that, you're gonna have to learn fast.
Yeah.
There's no, I mean, either that or the guy, if he's the manager, needs to tell whoever's scheduling, hey, don't put this guy on busy nights for now.
Yeah. In fact, don't even put this guy in any
yeah, just put him on the unemployment line.
Yeah. He's done. It's over, Johnny.
It's over, yeah. But, oh, man.
Wow, that sounds like something right there.
Yeah, and the funniest part is directly next door is McDonald's,
Right.
And I heard a couple of people that were leaving that were like, let's just go to McDonald's. And I'm like, yeah, it's literally, you go walk right, if you park at Chipotle, you could just step over a barricade basically and you're at McDonald's parking lot. That's how close it is. So,
Well, obviously these people don't care about their insides.
Obviously
because you're going from pretty fresh made food to that.
Yeah. But you're hungry,
Whatever that is.
You're hungry,
I mean, I get to being dungry. Totally get that, but
right. The rice, actually, of all the stuff, the rice was the worst. Because at least if you get up there and you're like chicken, and they're like, "Sorry, we got more coming, but it's not ready." You can go, "Okay, they've got pork, they've got beef, they've got steak. They got other shit you can get." But when they're like, "Oh, we have no rice," it's like, okay, well, you don't really have a rice option unless I don't want rice. Like, I could just have a salad, I guess.
Yeah, what I'm kind of surprised about honestly, is I'm a fan of the old cauli rice. I'm kind of surprised I haven't adopted that yet.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That it is a little surprising that they haven't done that.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, I don't walk the path of the keto as much as I did before.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy cauli rice.
Mm-hmm. I use it quite a bit.
Something about it.
Yeah, I use it quite a bit. Like at home, if I'm making, basically if I'm doing my mock Chipotle at home, essentially, I use that.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hope they get their shit squared away, though, because my brother even said when we left, he was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to come back to this one. And I was like, they'll be fine. I was like, they'll sort it out, Yeah,
they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I told him, because I told him, you could tell just by everything in it, it was really new, though. So I was like, it's just growing pains.
Yeah, just be patient.
Yeah. Or if you see that guy, you just be like, not that guy,
Yeah, I'll wait. When is on break?
Yeah. He's the reason I'm not getting a burrito today. No, I don't get burritos anymore from there. So
he's the reason I'm getting a poorly wrapped, quote unquote, burrito.
Right. Like I'm also going to need one of the bowls because this thing's just going to fall apart in a minute. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you toothpick it for me, maybe?
Yeah, anything, please.
Well, egg wash and on the grill for a second.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that's an awesome idea.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Yeah, good fun though.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was just happy once I was able to go sit down and then accidentally get a little heavy-handed with the Tabasco Chipotle. So not that it was hot, but it was just a lot of smoke.
Right.
And there were a couple bites where I coughed a couple of times because it was just a little too much in one bite, Like,
well, I mean, but at the same time, this stuff's pretty delicious.
Oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, I love it. But I'm just glad I had something to put it on, For a minute there.
You just dump it right on open wounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clean glass with it.
Yeah. Down the front of your pants.
That's probably a really bad idea.
Just soak a whole roll of cottonelle in it and get it ready for the bathroom. You do.
Now, hear me out. You, do it with a box of tissues, if you will. Because then, when your nose is all congested, you just, get a big snout full of that, open you right up, right?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That might actually work.
Yeah. You know, that's what I do when I'm congested sometimes. I'm like, do we have some like fresh red onion or, you know, just douse something in some hot sauce? You know, like, you know, you're like, I don't know, like, you know, a bowl of shredded wheat or whatever, you know, as you do, you know.
Oh, yeah. And the old hot sauce is shredded wheat.
Yeah. I don't even use, there's no milk in there. It's just hot sauce and shredded wheat.
Yeah, hot sauce, shredded wheat. That's all there is to it.
God, that just sounds terrible.
That sounds awful. One, no milk.
Right.
So you got that shredded wheat just doing the old Captain Crunch treatment to the roof of your mouth.
Right, yeah.
And then that hot sauce action kicks in.
Yeah, perfect. You know, that shredded wheat's like a nice scouring pad in there to, you know.
Oh, yeah. It's exfoliating the inside of your mouth.
Yep. That way you really get that hot sauce, you know, like you really feel it.
Get the flavor.
Mm-hmm. You get something, all right.
Oh, boy. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's about the most exciting thing that happened to me this week, so.
I mean, I'm all right with that, you know.
Pretty freaking boring. I mean, I had a trip into a Goodwill that was kind of weird, but you know.
Well, I mean, you know,
it's not really story worthy. It was just weird, you know, like. So.
Just weird things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just weird people more than it was anything. You know, it's always a fun people watch. You know.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
I saw a dude in there buying albums, and dude, he probably had 25 albums, and I saw some of the shit he was pumping. I'm like, I want to go see this guy's record collection now, because he's grabbing some weird, like, no clue what this stuff is shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, I've always kind of like perused the albums anytime I go into a thrift store like that, and I'm always like, what is this shit? And I never get anything.
It's like, where did these even come from?
But sometimes they're like, well, like $1 a piece. So I mean,
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know, maybe he's just gonna, you know, maybe he's just cutting them up in the club. I don't know. You know?
Maybe. I mean, I guess that is a possibility.
You know, like he's playing the old folks home, and you know he's putting on the hits for him.
Well, dude, there's something that I want to definitely do sometime. Down at one of our little spots we like to go, Mutts downtown.
Yeah.
Every Monday they have Vinyl Mondays, and you can bring records in. There's a DJ, and he'll spin them for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I kind of want to go do that just to see what's doing.
Oh, I thought you meant like just go buy the most random shit you can and get them to play it.
I mean, I guess. Cool records I wouldn't mind hearing, but it's just like I just like to go check it out and see what people bring to see what the vibe is.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I like my idea though.
That would be fun too, to show up with thrift shop records.
Like it's like and like they're your favorite thing, you know?
Like bro, B-side.
Yeah.
Just start the B-side. I'm telling you.
Trust me.
He's like, the sensual songs of hedgehog love. Yes.
As sung by Andy Griffith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Weird shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
So how about you? How's your week?
It's been kind of a slow week. Like, work's been weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I actually, this weekend I played a ton of Call of Duty.
Yeah?
Like, mostly yesterday. It's like Michelle wasn't feeling good, so she went to bed way early, and I'm just like, I'm just going to play, because it was double XP, I'm like, I'm going to play some Call of Duty.
Yeah, might as well.
And then I was like, man, I got to put the dog on. I grabbed my phone. It was like 1 in the morning. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So you played some more Call of Duty. No.
Well, because I'm trying to, with the last update they put up with, which, by the way, you know, there's a massive, like, 60 gig update.
Yeah.
They just put out a 7 gig update last week, too.
Yeah, it's been trying to download, and I keep pausing it, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But they put out, like, one of the perks for pistols is Pistols Akimbo now.
Oh, nice.
You know, and I've been trying to, like unlock it for the Deagle.
Ah, right.
But to do that, you have to like unlock a certain thing, and then you have to get like a certain amount of kills and X amount of games using that perk, and then you can unlock it. So
oh wow,
I've just been trying to like power level the Deagle basically.
Yeah, right.
But it's actually been kind of fun just walking around, just popping dudes with this giant pistol from across the map.
Right. As you do.
That's good times.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get too involved in Call of Duty. I'm sure people are like, "Oh God, here they go again." Oh God.
Right.
But earlier this week, man, like I can't remember what day it was. It might have been Monday, maybe two. It doesn't matter. It's one. Yeah, I always wake up at weird times because of work.
Yeah.
And it's usually like I wake up and I look at my clock because I've got like an analog clock, and I just go fuck,
Right.
And I try to go back to bed. Well, it happened again last week. I woke up, I was like, God. And one thing I noticed was like, fuck, my head is cold. But, right by my pillow is a window, and I'm like, maybe it's windy out. It was one of like cold nights, I was like, quite drafty.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let me, go up, take a leak. I'll try to fall back asleep because it was like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Way too early for me to be getting up.
Nah, it's fine.
Well, it ended up being quote unquote fine. Because when I got up to go to the bathroom, I was like, yeah, it's cold in the house. Sure enough, checked the thermostat. Heat wasn't working.
Oh, shit.
Like, motherfucker. Thank God it was an easy fix. It was just a fuse. Fuse blew. I didn't have replacements. I couldn't fix it to work that day.
Yeah.
But the fact that I just stayed up.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah,
I was just up, and I'm down here like on YouTube, like looking at different things to try to fix it. And then I think Michelle woke up because I went in bed, and our bedroom was like literally right above where I am.
Yeah.
There's holes in the floor from where they ran like cable and stuff through.
Yeah.
So she could see the light coming through, and she's like, so I get a text like, why are you in the basement? I'm like, yeah, heat's out. She's like, oh, that's why I'm so cold.
Yeah.
So then we were both just up. It was a nightmare situation, but at least it was an easy fix.
Yeah, that's good.
It was like a $6 fix.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to the last time a furnace went out of my house, and it was a lot of money. That's all I'll just say.
Right. Yeah, I hear you, dude.
I basically bought a new furnace the last time it happened.
That's why I said I hear you. Not here, but when I lived at the other place, when our furnace went out, that's what it was. It was time for a new furnace. So
yeah, I didn't buy a new furnace, but the furnace in my whole old house, every component in it is brand new because it all got fried. So I might as well bought a new furnace.
Right. Yeah.
And the price was about the same. It was a nightmare. Yeah. Anywho. But yeah, so that kind of sucked a dick for sure. And for some reason, like this weekend, like we've been, like it started at the very beginning of the weekend, and it's gone all weekend. We've just been going out a lot. Just like, and I don't know why. Normally it's like, hey, let's make some food.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is. We just hadn't been shopping. Things have been weird. The schedules are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Just been going out a lot to the point that even today, like we woke up. It's like, well, what do you want to do for breakfast? Like, well, we got to go to the store. She's like, well, we can't go to the store hungry. Well, like, true, but we've been eating out a lot.
Yeah.
But we ended up going out to breakfast because I had a birthday party to go to today. We just didn't have time to go shopping, come back home, make breakfast, get to the birthday party.
Yeah.
It's just weird, though. Like, I never thought I'd be one of those guys. That's like every, it seems like every meal this weekend, I think we ate out. And it's like, this is crazy. What are we doing?
Yeah, it is. It really
this
is
shit
crazy.
Adds up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it ends up being so crazy, is when you start looking at how much you spent. Cause you don't, like, you usually don't see it until you, like, at some point, like, do the maths on it. And then you're like, oh my God, like, how did we spend so much money? Oh, there it is,
Because it was like, I don't remember what we did Friday, but Saturday, friends of ours were like, hey, let's have brunch. We're like, oh, okay, cool. So we met up for brunch. Mm. And then we did some other shit through the day. She had like a house to show and all this, and we went grocery shopping. But at the grocery store, she was miserable. Just didn't felt like death.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right. And, she's like, I'm so hungry. I'm like, let's just leave the grocery store. We'll get what we have in the cart. Let's go grab some tacos. And then like I said, woke up the next morning. Shit, we don't have breakfast food. At least, at the party we ate lunch and we didn't eat out tonight.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just crazy how that just happens. It's like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Life is weird, man.
It is. I know we run through periods like that with, here with, especially me with my headaches or depression or whatever it is. And, my mom has, head pains from the head trauma she has and, vertigo and stuff. So there's days where it'll be like 3 or 4 days to where it's like, we'll eat out and eat out and eat. And then finally it's like, okay, we got to quit doing this. This is,
Yeah, this is lunacy.
Well, it's like, we keep doing this. We won't have grocery money,
Yeah, exactly.
And then we can't keep doing this, so it puts you in a, can put you in a really bad spot, especially like here, we get 3 people and it's like, nowhere's really cheap anymore. Like at every place you go, it's easy to drop $30. Even on fast food, it's easy to drop $30 on 3 people,
For sure, right?
Or 20, 25, it's like every time and you're like, so yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, and cause as much as I like the cheapness of fast food, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to eat as cheap as we can out.
I actually,
so it's usually like street tacos here.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
That's the thing is like, unless you're going places like I was it a week or 2 ago, I went to Wendy's with my brother and they brought back the, what was it? The Big Bacon Classic, I think it's called.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I haven't had one of those in a while. I'll get that and fries and a drink, and I got the large whatever. And the girl rings it up and I got like I had a coupon for like $1. But it was like $11 for all that. And I'm like, that's not cheap anymore. Like $11 for a burger and fries. I can go get a way better burger and fries at a lot of places for $9.99. Now I wouldn't get a drink included.
Absolutely.
But still, like, fuck. So.
I mean, we went and had, street tacos last night and she got 3 tacos. I got 1 taco and a Mexican sandwich called a torga or something.
Torta, yeah.
Torta. I've never had one before.
Yeah.
Torta, yeah. Never had one before. It was on the menu. I'm like, I gotta try this.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 beers, and she had a Mexican Coke, and I think her bill was like $29.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really not.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Not much more.
Yeah, not unless you're going to eat like happy hour prices at places or something like that, Like
right,
we went over to the Stube on taco night,
Oh yeah, and $1 tacos. Like, yes, please.
Yeah, like,
I'll take 8 of them.
Yeah, I was like, I go eat 4 or 5 tacos and I'm good, and then I'm good, But yeah, it's gotten pretty stupid for even fast food that you can always tell how the economy's doing based on fast food places, because the better the economy overall is, the more expensive fast food gets, and and then the dollar menu shit really starts coming back when the economy starts slowing down, But like now, if you look, most of the places don't even really have much of a dollar menu anymore.
Really? They've cycled that stuff out?
Yep.
Was it like $2 menu now or something?
McDonald's has got like a 1, 2, or 3 level on theirs, and the stuff on the dollar menu is like cheeseburger.
Right.
Like, or might be like McDoubles and stuff, but it's like, it's not like it was before. So it's like I was saying with Wendy's, it's like they have a thing called a biggie bag where you can get, it's a small, very small double cheeseburger with bacon on it. Like 4-piece nuggets, a small fry and drink for $5. And that's usually what I get, because then I can be in and out of there for, $5 versus the other way it's 11. And I'm like, Jesus, I could order 2 of those and still come out cheaper,
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, that's why I said it's an interesting thing. Like, to me, the cheapest place to eat is still Taco Bell for me.
Right.
Because they've got they usually have like $1.29 type burritos or whatever that are filling, because they'll put a bunch of rice on them or potatoes or, something like that that'll, they'll fill you up fairly quick. So it's like, well, this gets the job done for $4 or $5, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. But anyway, yeah.
I did get the one thing I got to say, though, that made me glad. I yesterday decided, like, hey, let's just go get some street tacos. Well, one, I forgot how delicious. I'm going to shout them out. It's local. Street Tacos 419 is. I forgot how delicious it is. It's amazing. But two, they had our local little television sports, you know, Buckeye channel, whatever it's called, Buckeye Sports, whatever the channel's called here.
It's BCSN, yeah.
BCSN, yeah, Buckeye Sports Network. There you go.
Yeah.
And the walleye game was starting, right?
Mm.
I don't know if you heard about the nonsense that happened at Superhero Night.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Superhero Night, the walleye had like really cool Batman jerseys.
Yeah. That whole
that's
weekend
dope.
they did. They had Superman, Batman, and I forgot what the other one was that weekend.
Well, I hope they didn't have Aquaman.
I don't remember, honestly.
Because after they sang the national anthem, here comes the JLA, rappelling from the ceiling. And immediately I'm, finishing up because we were done eating.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to finish my beer, and I'm like, oh, this is how Owen Hart dies. You can't be doing this.
Yeah,
you know?
right? Yeah.
But so the JLA successfully make it to the ice.
Well, that's good at least.
The exception of Aquaman, who is stuck probably 15 feet in the air.
Oh, no.
Because his wig got caught in the rigging.
Oh, no. Why didn't they pick somebody who didn't have to wear a wig?
So you got this dude that's got like short hair, and you can tell the beard and mustache are glued to his face because it's starting to peel off.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he's dangling above the ice, and he's just like sitting in the harness, and he's bouncing up and down, just trying to like get it to descend, bouncing up and down. And of course, everyone's pointing.
Yeah.
They pie into the crowd. Everyone's holding phones. They still got to be video somewhere.
Yeah.
They keep cutting to the hockey players who are all, of course, grinning ear to ear.
Oh,
eventually, they start trying to toss him up like more like carabiners so he can like hook onto something else, and he's trying to like cut the wig out of the thing. And
oh my god, wow!
It was grand to watch, and I'm really sad I didn't get to actually see it in person.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to try to look around and see if I can find that because
there's got to be a video of it out there by now.
Oh, I'm
sure. There's a lot of phones in the air.
Good lord. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. See, it's weird though, because I just typed in there we go, motion part of it, because I was trying to find who. I think like I said, I know it was Batman and Superman, but I can't remember. There were 3 they were going to wear across the weekend.
Right.
Oh man.
It was terrific, Brian.
Jeez. Here's the thing.
That guy just dangling in front of, I don't know how many people that arena holds.
Yeah.
He's just, yeah.
Goodness. Oh, silly local hockey things.
I know, right?
Dang it. It looks like they already took it off the website, so I'll have to find it somewhere else. But, it's really like, I don't think it was Green Lantern. It might have been the Flash. I don't know. Justice League ones. I can't imagine that it was Wonder Woman, but I guess it could have been. They just went with the Trinity, you know.
Well, there was no one in it.
There was what?
I mean, I could tell you who descended. It was Batman, Superman.
Oh, no. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, the 3 jerseys they were going to wear that night. It was
the Flash.
It was Aquaman. So.
Not for that.
Yeah. Oh, silly people.
I mean, this was Letterken's kicking the trash can.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. Man, what a mess. Well, that teaches you a good lesson, right? Here we go. You caught on a line during Justice League night. There we go. Found it. I was looking Superhero Night. I forgot it was called Justice League Night. So.
Yep. What an asshole.
Well, it's their own fault though, right? I mean, why, like, seriously, just get someone with actual long hair, no wig, no moving parts,
Yeah, exactly right.
Like anytime you're around machinery, You should have things secured, like loose, clothing. Like, don't wear ties when you're in the shop, like.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Man, not to. Of course it was Aquaman too, because. Can you imagine if it would have been Batman?
Why wouldn't it be?
But can you imagine if it was Batman? The guy who uses lines all the time, like character-wise.
Right. Like his cape gets caught.
Oh, yeah. Damn it, not again. He's got to end up taking his whole cowl off, like.
Exactly, right?
Man. That would be a really fun, comic to read. Was just like Justice League outtakes, like Superman standing there giving some speech about, life, liberty, and the pursuit, and his cape just keeps blowing up in his face, like.
God damn it.
Yeah, he goes into
there's a reason in The Incredibles they said no capes.
Right? And It's like he, while he's giving the speech, like this happens, and finally he just goes on this long, just unleashes this tirade of obscenities. And just the worst ones possible,
Well, of course.
It is funny you mention that, because one of the things I did this week was I started watching Mandalorian finally.
Oh, I'm still not on that thing or whatever.
Well, here's something I didn't know. I did not know it's only half an hour an episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's only 8 episodes. So, yeah, had I known that, I would have easily binged that a while ago. But
yeah, it's only 8 episodes and a half hour long. What am I waiting for?
I know, right? Well, so I watched the first 4 the one night.
Okay.
And one of the things that does puzzle me is his cape is really long. For, I don't know, it's just weird. Like, I haven't seen him use his cape in any sort of a tactical way, so you'd think almost at this point, it'd be like, well, if it's not, like Batman uses his cape, right. When he jumps, he'll, it's allegedly lined with, like, Kevlar or whatever, so he can use it to deflect things or whatever. But, like, I haven't noticed that in The Mandalorian, so I'm like, well, why is his cape so damn long? Because there's so many times when he's moving around, it looks like it's almost in the way. It's very weird. Very weird to me. So.
No capes.
Yeah, no capes.
No capes.
But I'll tell you this, I really dig the show. I have one just major complaint with it, but I don't know of I don't know a better solution. So, do you mind if I tell you? It's not really spoiling anything. So,
go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously about the Baby Yoda. So that's like his first gimmick is he has to go find the kid, right?
Right.
Well, he's in a fob that allows him to, when you get near the source, it lights up basically. Okay, based on their DNA pattern or I don't know, something like that. They don't fully really explain it. And I looked online to try to find a real good explanation, and it apparently puzzles a lot of people. So, anyway.
Fair enough.
So basically what happens though is he realizes that, there's a lot of these fobs out there because he's told that like every bounty hunter basically was given one to try to go after the child, right?
Okay.
So basically, sorry for the spoilers, but he gets the kid and then basically he's running from the bounty hunters with the child. Okay. So basically everybody and their mom has one of these things. And it's like, so the only thing I can notice is it seems like they have to be within a vicinity for it to activate. Right?
Right.
So word has to travel telling people kind of, oh, hey, I saw that guy in a certain thing, which, there's a bunch of scoundrels in the Star Wars universe. Perfectly on brand,
Yeah.
But it's like, it seems like it's a lazy plot device Because anytime they want to create conflict, all it has to be is that someone got near them with one of those fobs.
Fair enough.
It's also practical. Like, it works, you know? But it really bothers me because it just feels like okay, so basically the show can go on for however long they want to, as long as they can keep issuing these fobs.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's like at some point, I'm hoping, and maybe in the last 4 or something they worked around it, I don't know. It's like, there needs to be some way of masking from it or something, you know? So, and as through the first 4 episodes, there has yet to be, which again, I understand. So to me, like I mentioned to someone else, like so far in the first season, the fob is the actual villain in the show.
Oh, I mean, fair enough.
Because you can't outrun that thing. As long as information can travel, you can't outrun it, essentially. So like I said, it bugs me, but at the same time, I very much understand why they did it. And it works. You know, it's a very convenient plot device, but it also feels like when you're writing something and you give yourself kind of a back door, you know? Like at any time, if they're like, well, how can we explain? Oh, he had a fob, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
like, no, seriously, bro, fob. He's right here. See?
He had a fob on him. Like, he didn't even have a fob. So.
Yeah, Stormtroopers just throw fobs on dead bodies.
Yeah, it's. That would be funny.
Yeah, the fobs. What's with that Mandalorian dude?
Yeah. Now, see, I think the part that kind of cheesed me a little bit was like when he asked the one guy, like, how many of these fobs are out there? And the guy's like, oh, I gave them to everybody. You know, it's like, I almost think I would have preferred it, like, if they would have been like, hey, we gave 95 of them out, just throwing some stupid ass number out there, right? And then you can kind of do the math through the season, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But just saying everybody had them. And then again, realistically, if you have one, you should be able to create another one with the same coordinate things. So, you know, it feels like you could do this forever. So
forever.
I really hope in the second half or in a upcoming season or whatever that they figure out a way around that. And they probably do. I really hope so, because it just feels just too convenient for my taste.
Now, I saw a thing about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. And I was like, man, technology's fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, that shit's filmed.
Oh.
It's not a green screen.
Okay.
Right? So everything in the foreground and everything that they're like manipulating or interacting with is real.
Okay.
Everything else is actually a giant LED screen that's 3D mapped to the camera. So when the camera moves, the background shifts behind it. It's ran by a video game engine.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched a video that's like yesterday, and I was like, that is amazing. Because like it was about, you know, it was even CGI artists were commenting about it, and they're like, it makes it so cool because he's like, if you have like a transparent object and you're using a green screen, it's really hard to key that stuff out through that transparent object.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah.
He's like, with this, it's just the light through it is what it is.
Huh.
Because it's going on behind the actors.
That's pretty cool.
It's really neat. Yeah, it's just ran by the Unreal Engine.
And really dope. I dig that too, because I one of my favorite things in Star Wars has always been when they do the practical effects. You know? Yeah. Like, I don't like, it's the reason I don't like the prequels very much, because they're just so CG.
Yeah, everything's CG.
Right. Like, I want it to feel, like, I want it to look like, I want Baby Yoda to look like a Muppet. I don't want him to look like he's a CG Muppet, you know?
Yeah, like you can see the Haynes thing stitched across his face still from the sock he was made out of.
Yes. Yes, very much.
For sure.
Yeah. So, it was, but, like I said, I really enjoyed it though. Like, you know, even with my major annoyance aside, and I will say this, it never took me completely out of the show, you know, so, I very much enjoyed it. And it has did you ever read Lone Wolf and Cub?
Yeah, I did. I didn't
Totally.
read the whole series, but I picked it
Yeah.
up every so often.
It's got a very lone wolf and cub feel to it, you know, like Us Against the World kind of thing. So
Yeah, fair enough.
which I dig. I really dig that, and I can understand why people say that it's kind of like a Western or whatever, but I honestly, it reminds me more of like, you know, Lone Wolf and Cub, or kind of like Kung Fu: The Legend Continues. But I get the Western thing because it's all in the same idea that you go from town to town, you clean up the town, and then you move on. You know, you can't stay in one place. You know.
Yeah, it's like Clint Eastwood riding in.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so because there's an episode where, you know, he goes to a place and literally that's what happens. There's a conflict. He sought out, and you know, you picture him just, ma'am, you know, like the whole time. If you just saw it as a Western, it's a Western, you know, that episode. So, you know, the reluctant hero, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. The guy's known for being up to no good usually, but, you know, he finds a soft place in his heart for a pretty lady. And
pretty little lady.
you know, speaking of kind of this thing, did you see there was a tweet that got a bunch of attention a few days ago? It was a guy said he was playing Red Dead, and he saw a dude that had a woman tied to the back of the horse, you know, like captured, and he shot the guy, and then the horse just took off before he couldn't catch the horse to save the woman. So his best intentions, you know, like.
Yeah, she dies of starvation in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, basically, or whatever. I was like, oh
Or
man,
whatever.
and
Gets mauled by a bear.
yeah, because he posted that, and then it was something along the lines like, you know, I wish her well, or something like that, you know.
That's pretty funny. I've been actually kind of feeling like playing that game lately.
I need to get that game. It should be getting
Oh,
close
it's such a good game.
Yeah, it should be getting close to you know, like the $30 price point before long, I would think. So
It's been a lot. One of them things, Brian. It's been so long since I played it. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I don't want to restart it.
right.
You know,
Been
'Cause
there.
I'm far enough in that
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to do this again.
I did that with the original one, and completely forgot about like how to do pretty much like how to, you know, lasso, how to pretty much anything except shoot the gun.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem.
Yeah. I always love that when you've got a game and you don't play for a long time, you go back. Like I did that not that long ago with Fable 3 because I was curious how horrible my properties, like what kind of condition they would be in and stuff.
Right.
And yeah, they were all garbage basically. Like I pretty much had to fix everything. But while you're walking around, you still get attacked, you know, and I'm like, oh, well, when I remember playing last was, you know, as I essentially beat the game. So I'm like, whatever, I can, you know, anything that comes at me, I can just tear in half.
Yeah,
no problem.
I got this.
Yeah, except I forgot which button does what, and I'm like, and fight in my battles, you know, I'm just hitting the button I think's gonna raise my, like, ring of fire tornado thing or whatever, and end up, you know, pulling my gun out, and then I get attacked by like 4 things before I get to do anything to them, and they should have probably never been able to get close enough to me, you know? So I was like, God, I'm so bad at this. You know, you pick it up fairly quick, because then once you kill them, you're like, okay, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to just practice because I need to remember how to do things and get that intuitive feel back, you know?
Right, exactly.
Because that's the thing you miss the most. Like, even knowing what the buttons do, you're like, X, you know, or whatever. So, yeah. Once I got that back, then I was back to rocking and rolling and stuff, but,
doing the like, how do I take cover?
Right? Yeah. It was, that's usually what gets me in Grand Theft Auto. Like, if I go a long time, that's when without playing and then go back, I'd completely forget stuff like that. Like, crap, how do I take cover? How do I, you know, quick swap weapons or whatever, you know?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. But I mean, honestly, it's about it for my week. I mean, I got news stories and shit.
Yeah, all right. Well,
but as for the, you know, random events of life,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I really feel like I had more.
Yeah,
but you know how that goes,
right? Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, unless everyone wants to hear me talk about how I made beef stew the same night you made short ribs in the pot. So,
Hey,
I mean, we were killing it that night, but
killing the game.
Yep. So
Which they were delicious short ribs.
good. Yeah, my stew turned out quite nice. So
Quite nice.
yeah. Although I've made that enough times though now that if it didn't, I'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, what did I do? I'm actually going to be dipping in your territory this week, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We're making chicken marsala.
Ooh, nice.
I've never made it.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's super easy, but yeah. Yeah, I used a recipe that was from a guy that was on Top Chef.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was he made it on the show and it looked really good. And then the one for some like cooking segment or something, he made it and they actually did a video of it. So they didn't post the recipe at first though. Like he tells you exactly everything in it, like but they didn't put like click here to print the recipe type thing. And so I just had the video up and I kept replaying the video while I was trying to make it,
Pausing it and scrubbing back a few minutes or whatever.
It's funny because once you learn how to make it, it's so fucking easy. It's literally just like you cook your chicken in a little bit of butter, you take your chicken out, use the goodness that's still left to cook some mushrooms. You reduce the wine a little bit if you're a person who likes to add a little cream in there, you do that. And that's pretty much the end of it. You put the chicken back in and ta-da, it's done essentially.
Right.
That's really all there is to it.
Yeah, that's my one thing is I'm trying to figure out what to replace the mushrooms with because Michelle is not a fan of mushrooms.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know because mushrooms are so
they're
perfect.
Their own thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's the harder part. Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
But I think I might do onions and zucchini. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, the way I do mine. I usually I'll pick up some gnocchi, do a little gnocchi with it, or
gnocchi action, dog.
Yeah, so I usually do that in like some long, like fresh green beans is usually what I do. But I've seen like asparagus and other stuff. Like there's a lot. It goes with such a mild taste. You can prepare it with just about whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
So
I find it shocking. Cauli rice.
Yeah, totally. You could. No reason you could. I've seen it served with noodles and different stuff, or a little risotto, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
it'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pair it with this face.
Yeah. That's the ultimate pairing right there. That's what I prefer to pair it with is my face.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I haven't made it in a while. I do have some mushrooms. Mayhap I'll have to make some.
Oh, there you go.
I need to get some either half and half or heavy cream because
yes.
I do like it.
Both.
I do like it with that. Yeah. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Perfect. All I can say is, just don't sub milk because it doesn't work as well. You want that fat.
No, I bought heavy cream just for it.
Unless you're using like whole milk. Then you can use, then it works okay. But you want like that heavy fat content for it. So
PHAT.
Yeah, thick. Yeah. Just one last thing on this before anything else. One of the things I want to say is like, if you're a person out there and you're not big into cooking or whatever, this is a really good dish to impress people with.
Yeah. You got a girl coming over. You want to make her dinner?
Yeah. It seems so fancy and it so isn't.
You want to have some post dinners? Yeah.
No, nobody does. Mm-mm.
More seductive than sex.
That's what Macho Man's wondering.
Right. Just no corn in case it goes, that way.
And then they're like, they're all sitting down eating the chicken marsala. She's like, does this have dairy in it?
Uh-oh.
The cream of the crop.
Then it becomes the scene from Dumb and Dumber with
exactly.
him in the bathroom. Oh boy. Man.
Oh boy, indeed.
Yep. When's that Uber gonna get here? I gotta go. Oh man. But no, seriously, it is one of those dishes that, like I said, if you can learn to make that, especially if you do, like I said, a little gnocchi I'm not saying even make your own, just go buy some and treat it right and
just throw it down.
yeah. Comes out and you're like, chef's kiss,
Yeah, exactly. Delicioso.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
See? Yes, that's the perfect pairing for it also. A nice ice cold Cool 45.
Yeah.
Works every time.
See, Lando knows. He'd never lead you wrong.
Who knows?
Lando would
It'd be
never...
great if, like, somewhere in the background of William Falcon, just an empty Colt 45 bottle.
Or like 70. He's all over.
Open up one of the hatches, it's just full of empties.
It's just all... like, what the hell is this? He's like, my co-pilot.
Colt, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel. I'm hammered. Or Chewie,
You know
take
what's
the wheel.
funny is at that taco place we went to, right?
Mm.
I'm looking at their cervezas they have, because when I'm eating tacos, I usually have a Mexican beer because it just seems like the right thing to do.
Because you're white, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, ooh, Soul. I don't think I've had that before. Turns out I did the first time I was at that restaurant.
Yeah, I was actually going to say I seemingly remember you telling me about this beer once before.
It's really good. It goes down super smooth, but I'm like, can I get a Soul? And Lily's like, oh yeah. She's like, no, I have these bottles. It's your standard issue bottle, but she's like, but I also have these. And they have 40s of Soul.
So you got one, right?
That's what I was telling Michelle. I was like, if it wasn't you and me here, or if it was like me and the boys here, I would have got it just as the goof.
Right. Well, yeah, because that's the move. We all get a 40 a soul, and like finally I have a soul. Goong, goong, goong. Oh boy.
Yeah, she pulled it out of cooler. I just was like, that's ridiculous. No, I'm like, I don't need to get that aggressive tonight. I'm good at the little one.
Dude, that's taking the big dumb PBR up a level and, a language, I guess, too, because,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not really. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, we're going to have to do that one of these times for sure.
I know, right?
Because why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
Because we're idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. All right.
I guess speaking of Mexican beers, I do have a story that's got something to do with this.
Okay.
So, CNN sucks, basically.
Yep.
Let's just put it without that. They put out a tweet that alluded to that 38% of Americans stopped buying Corona because of coronavirus.
Yeah, or may not buy Corona because
may
of it.
not
Yeah.
buy.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's all false.
Oh,
Fake
really?
news.
You know what's funny though is I don't believe that there isn't truth to it. You know, like there's people out there that are that ignorant.
Well, it says, because I did a quick scroll through this news because I'm not reading the whole thing.
Sure.
That they basically figure about 4% of people that normally drink Corona are that moronic that they're going to stop drinking because of coronavirus.
Right. I could see. That's why I said I don't believe that the number would be 0, but that number seemed very high. So.
Right.
Wow.
But it's just,
Yeah.
I know it's probably someone at CNN and it's just like, we got to grab headlines. This will get retweeted because people think it's hilarious.
Totally would. It worked.
Yeah.
It totally did. I saw all sorts of tweets about it. So, yep.
I mean, I guess it did its job.
Yeah, because I saw all sorts of people, this is why I weep for this country and blah, 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 type stuff. So, and I was like, really? Go read Florida Man. Like, that's enough. Like, you didn't need to worry about no coronavirus to weep for man, Can
I also tell you, since we're on the subject of beer, that it makes me so proud of Cigar City Brewing to have a double IPA out called Florida Man right now.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Hope it doesn't make you do Florida Man stuff.
I mean, it is a double IPA, so it's probably got a little higher ABV there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
No, I mean, of course, I think everyone's probably made the dumb Corona jokes when the whole coronavirus thing started.
Oh, yeah. With the, take your pick and just the punchline is lime. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I keep seeing it. Like, I still see it, and I'm like, come on. You people use the internet. There's no way you haven't already seen it. Like...
Right.
especially when you're on Twitter or something, because it's like, if it's Facebook, you go, well, Facebook tends to run about 3 months behind. So, whatever was funny on anything else 3 months from now, will be funny on Facebook, basically. And, anyway.
It's basically, the stat they put out.
Yeah.
Here's the questions this poll or whatever, this service, to get the numbers.
Yeah.
Ask people, are you a beer drinker? Are you a Corona drinker? Mm-hmm. Is Corona related to the coronavirus? And it says 16% of beer drinkers were confused about this. Like, what? It says, in light of the coronavirus, do you plan to stop drinking Corona? 4% of people said they usually drink it, plan to stop. Okay. Number one was, would you buy Corona in a store? Would you order a Corona in a restaurant, bar, public venue? The 14% of people said that they normally drink it, would not.
I'll tell you this.
And it says,
if I were the type of person who did enjoy a Corona, which I don't, but if I were the type who did, I might not order it right now just because I don't want to hear the lame-ass jokes from either the bartender or other. So it may have nothing to do with anything else. I just don't want to hear the, you want to live with the virus, right? And then I just have to spike their head off the counter because...
Yeah, then you chug it and then smash the bottle and cut their throat.
Yeah.
But the last question, which is one where they got their number from, would you buy Corona and under any circumstances now? And 38% of the beer drinking Americans said they would not. So just 38 people like, no, I'm not going to buy it.
Right, which would include me because I don't like Corona. I
enjoy Mexican beer. I honestly do.
Yeah.
I don't like Corona.
Right.
Give me a Modelo, give me a Dos Equis or Sol.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Sol.
Yes. I don't like Corona.
Corona can stay on the shelf.
Yep. Amen.
Just, it's not my jam.
Right. And the thing is, you could take this same poll and pick any beer, and there's going to be whatever number of people saying that they wouldn't buy it, right? And then, really, you could do the same thing with seltzers.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons of people out there to be like, no, I don't want a stupid seltzer. And then your number is like, I don't think it'd be 38% because the way people are knocking those seltzers back. But you know what I mean? It's,
yeah, like if suddenly this big thing happened in the
seltzer virus.
I don't know. What's Germany and seltzer AIDS came out. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Damn seltzer AIDS.
Yeah, seltzer, and that just started spreading, and then I got a poll, would you buy seltzers due to seltzer AIDS? I'd be like, well, I don't buy them now, so no.
Right.
I would be part of that percentage.
I'd need a follow-up question, do these seltzers the seltzer AIDS?
Yeah.
Because if so, then definitely not. Well, probably not.
Will they be serving it at Fizz Fest?
Hopefully. Oh, that'd be terrible, right?
Right.
And in other news, the whole city.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, as much as I am not a Trump fan and I hate the whole fake news, it's shit like this that makes you go, well, there is a lot of manipulated news out there that I just do not enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I just need to buy a horse and live in the mountains away from everybody.
Yes. There might be a middle ground there. You might have to go all the way to horse and mountains, but, picture it this way. Instead of horse and mountains, you could go, Cerveza in a beach.
Ooh, that's good.
Right? See? Now you're living like a king. And you can still,
like a king.
And you can still avoid that stuff because, you just don't care. So.
Yeah. Buy a sea turtle, live on a beach away from everybody.
Yes. Exactly.
I don't know what the sea turtle's for. I guess they'll just hang out with me until I die because they'll live forever.
It's clearly to take dictation for your life story.
It's true. I just got a bunch of command strips on his shelf so I could put trays on it. So you can just slowly shuffle my beers around.
That seems like a brilliant idea. No.
Yeah. I put him in a little bow tie.
Well, obviously. Well, you gotta be fancy.
This is Jeeves the turtle.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Jeeves the turtle. Oh man. That turtle just every night just watches you sleep and it's just sharpening sticks or something.
Slowly.
Yep. One of these
climbing up the beach until I wake up in the morning. I'm like, oh, hey, Jeeves, morning.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, didn't get there in time.
Yeah, exactly. He just goes through it every night. That's his hell. Is he gets 3 feet from your neck.
Yeah.
he drops the stick, and you're like, "Oh, what's this?" You know,
Yeah.
another sharp stick washed ashore.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I get a couple, mojitos in me because it's a difficult drink to make. So of course I'm making.
Of course,
Jeeves make me make mojitos
on a deserted island.
On a deserted island, and then I tell all the other natives that when the island, like, he's not a sea turtle, he's a Jeeves turtle. And I just start laughing.
But it's a deserted island. There's nobody else.
Talking to coconuts and
Oh,
rocks.
okay. The pointy sticks you've painted faces on. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm just stuck around the island.
Yeah. Like you make a fence out of them.
Like, guys, did you hear me? Jeeves turtle.
Yeah. No laughs. Like, man, tough room.
Yeah, tough crowd.
Damn.
I don't even know how he's making mojitos, but
I don't know. Yeah,
in lieu of mint, it's just seaweed.
Yeah, probably. And you're too delirious to know.
Yeah, exactly. There's just no clue. These are delicious.
Yeah,
best mojitos in the game.
You hear me, guys? Nobody here. No, but now one of you fuckers makes a better mojito than Jeeves.
Oh, shit.
This is way better than Wilson. I would much rather watch this movie.
Oh, right, exactly. There's going to be no ice skate dental work to be done in this movie.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
I hope not. It would be funny, though, that, like every 6 months, Jeeves does, clean your teeth for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a butler. What do you expect?
Yeah. It's like, where do you even get those skills? Like, mind your business.
It's only real sad when I make him make me Eggs Woodhouse out of his own eggs.
Oh, wow. Damn, that's ice cold right there.
Ice cold. I got to show him his boss. Got to alpha dog him.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, just hope he never gets faster. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Poor Jeeves.
Poor Jeeves.
Oh, man. So what else you got?
I thought this was kind of funny. Not really funny. Kind of sad, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's Ash Wednesday. It was last Wednesday. It's Lent season.
Sure.
Which I went out to, one of the times I went out to eat food. I went out to lunch with my son and, had this delicious fish basket. And I was like, man, this is so good. Why? And I was
like a basket made out of fish?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Like,
how'd they weave it?
So the Pope is calling out to all Catholics to give up trolling online for Lent.
He does realize probably that'll only cut into it a certain percent.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just said, stop insulting people online, and it's time to give up useless words, gossip, rumors, tittle-tattle, and speak to God on a first-name basis, he said.
Wow. That's some harsh language.
So he said, we live in an atmosphere polluted by too much verbal violence, too many offensive and harmful words which are amplified by the internet. Today, people insult each other as if they were saying good day. He's not wrong.
No, not at all. Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting that I always think I always like it when you see stuff like this old institution or like, bro, stop trolling on the internet.
Yeah, right.
It just seems so weird.
Yeah. Like he's in the middle of doing his deadlifts and his, butler turtle is standing there and then he just stops and is like, bro, tell everyone to give up trolling for Lent. Yeah. And the turtle tweets it for him because that's, that's his job. So
go to a room, give me a pen. 3 hours later.
No, not that pen, the blue pen.
Yeah, 3 hours later. I forgot what I was to say. Never mind.
No,
don't go to bed.
No, the clicky one. It's just a dick to him. It's just the same as you would treat the turtle, Like we're not that different, I just wear robes.
I just wear robes. I'm by no means a Catholic or really religious in any sort, but I could get behind the because I think trolling on the internet's just the worst.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind a good troll. I've been known to at work put a little piece of tape over to the digital mouse's light emitter just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind doing little things like that.
I think, like, I heard Bill Burr talk about this on, I think it was the Bill Burt cast. And, he was talking about how he loves a good troll, but not for the sake of being mean, basically. But when,
not the hurtful part of it.
Yeah, like, you know how it is. Like, he loves it when people write into him and come up with creative, terms for him for being redheaded or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I'm kind of the same way. And I almost feel like you've got two kind of situations that have become lumped together, you know? Like, I think there's, you know, cause trolling to me, when I think of trolling, I think of it mostly as just doing it to be a jerk, like to be mean kind of a thing, versus the just having some fun with people, you know, like what you did. It's not really going to hurt anybody necessarily. I mean, I know people could get upset. I mean, like when I worked at Best Buy, we used to take those little Sensormatic strips, or at Hollywood Video, I mean, and we would put them on the back of a new person's name tag. So every time they walked through the Sensormatic, it would go off, and then we're like, we're going to need you to like empty your pockets. And like, we just fuck with them, you know?
Yeah.
And that was the initiation. But it wasn't like, we weren't really like, gonna prosecute them or harm, you know, and I mean, not as far as I know, nobody ever was like, oh shit, and had something they were stealing, you know, so.
Yeah, like, they just sprint out.
Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, I didn't see it going that way. But, you know, we used to do stuff like that, just busting balls and stuff. It wasn't, you know, you're not trying to attack someone's feelings or really hurt them in any way, you know, so.
Right.
I kind of feel like I said, I kind of feel like there's a difference in there. There's a little nuance there, but the term has kind of, you know, been used to envelop both, you know, and there is a little difference.
It's like when you see certain, like, you know, a comedian will put a tweet and he reads some of the comments. Some people are like, you know, like, I hope you and your family die.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. It's like,
know?
Whoa.
Like, really?
All you can think of is well, that escalated quickly, you know? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's like some of this stuff I don't understand.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Perfect example, actually. This leads us into a story I actually meant to talk about and I forgot. Did you see Garth Brooks played the Little Caesars Arena the other day? He was wearing a Barry Sanders jersey. Yeah,
and the internet got all outraged.
And a bunch of idiots on the internet attacked him for being a Bernie Sanders supporter. Which, first of all, that's his right. I mean, he can be for whoever he wants. But also, it was like, yeah, you can tell, you know, that these were not Detroit Lions fans of any kind, because any of us knew as soon as we see the word Sanders and 20 underneath it, we don't think Bernie Sanders 2020. We think Barry Sanders number 20, the greatest running back that's ever played, and I don't care who else says they're wrong. So
yeah, exactly. Fuck y'all.
But man, I was just like, cause when I saw it, cause it's like, like the caption on the one thing was like, Twitter, you know, people attack, Garth Brooks for wearing Sanders jersey. And I look and I'm like, he's wearing a Barry. Like, why are they attacking him? Because they're Emmitt Smith fans? Or like, I'm thinking the more innocent approach to it. Like, they're just not, and it's like, wait, who hates Barry Sanders? Like, who the fuck hates Barry Sanders? You know,
yeah,
like,
exactly, right?
The guy wasn't known for being arrogant or, you know, he scored touchdowns and just handed the ball to the official, you know, like he didn't do dances or, you know, anything like that. But it was, and then I'm like, and I was like, oh shit, of course it's politics, you know, like I should have known, you know, like,
yeah, but
I was just shaking my damn head at it because it was like, what? Like, oh man.
Yeah. It's lunacy.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Just the way people are so violent about the politics and stuff. It's like, I just can't get over this idolization of any politician. You know? Like, it's just, don't do that. That's a terrible idea, you know? I always I've always bought into, Charles Barkley's I'm not a role model speech. You know, for people in the public eye. Like, literally, I don't care what it is they do, you know, because you think about it, when you're a little kid, you're taught to revere, you know, the police, the firefighters, religious people, you know, like, affiliated, because they're supposed to be to a higher standing. And then as you grow up, you realize, oh, they're just people like everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and there are some that do wrong as well as plenty that do right, just like regular people. So it's like, yeah, let's calm down with some of this rhetoric. Like,
yeah, can you all just settle down?
yeah, I was like, jeebus. So, yeah, over something completely innocent too. Like the guy was just he was going for what Mick Foley, those of you who don't know, Mankind, maybe you know him as, or Dude Love, or Cactus Jack. Former pro wrestler Mick Foley used to talk about when you go into a city, he would always be like it's great to be in Cleveland, and then the crowd goes because you say Cleveland, right?
Yes.
So, and bands have done this for years, you know, and it's a cheap pop is what it is. It gets the crowd to go crazy because they're like, oh my God, he knows where we are, you know, like whatever. So, you know, or someone will, like, before a concert, when they're doing the crowd work, or a comedian, they'll be like, yeah, I was over at the blah, blah, blah the other day at the local corner, and people are like, oh my God, he knows our area, you know, and it's like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like, no, they just rode down 2 streets because they were traveling through, and, like, so, and that's all Garth was trying to do. You know, maybe he's a big Barry Sanders fan. I mean, I think he's from Oklahoma, isn't he? Barry Sanders went to school at Oklahoma State, you know? I mean,
there you go.
Totally makes sense. But anyway, dum-dums.
Dum-dums is right.
I'm with the Pope on this one. One of the rare times him and I agree on something.
Right.
Let's stop with the trolling. Kids and adults.
Kids these days.
And adults.
Mostly, I mean, honestly, probably mostly adults.
Mostly adults, yeah.
That's really the sad part.
The kids troll way different than the adults do. The adults seem to be the ones most of the time who seem to go right to, I hope your family dies, and you're like, whoa,
Exactly.
Like,
there's a house fire with your name on it.
Like, okay then.
Wait, what?
What? Okay. All I said was
like,
I didn't think the Impossible
Whopper
Whopper was
have
great.
a good leap day.
Yeah. Go fuckers, leap off a building.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what? Like, jeez. Man. All right. Well, I guess we should move on to, well, do you have any more, I should say, before we?
Brian, I got a couple more.
Oh, well, fancy that.
Fancy that. I'll let you choose. I got a medical one and I got a food related one.
I want the medical one for sure. I just picked one. I didn't really.
Well, I don't know how this is happening in the States per se, but this is Dateline New Zealand.
Okay.
Right? Doctors in New Zealand are pleading with people. Pleading with people. No, I'm sorry. I said New Zealand. It's UK.
Okay.
My bad. That if you're embarrassed about going to buy hemorrhoid cream,
yeah,
please don't put frozen potatoes up your ass.
Right?
Because it's apparently a rumored home remedy for hemorrhoids.
Now, see, first of all,
online Reader's Digest article says it's a surprisingly effective home remedy.
Oh my God. Listen, here's the thing. There's a lot of things, you know how in life, like, you know, you don't want to buy unitaskers, right? We're from the Elton Brown school of, no unitaskers, right?
For sure.
See, what you do is you go buy one of those, they've got those like round sticks that you can put in like your water bottles to keep them ice cold for a while, right? You just put one of those in the freezer, get it ice cold, ram it right up your ass, and there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob's your uncle.
Shit pipe.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
There you go. And you can clean it off afterwards. You can put it like right in the dishwasher.
Yeah, for sure.
Potatoes, though. Like, whose idea? Like, seriously, like, here's the real question. Like, do you train? Like, do you use a small potato and work up to a bigger potato?
Well, apparently you do potato slices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're shoving one of those, like, those
like
are very impressively sized. Like, you ever seen a sweet potato that's, like, veiny for some reason?
Dude, I have a picture of one that's, like, very obscene.
Yeah. Exactly.
That I took,
I don't think we're talking about, I mean, I guess unless people are into that, I mean, whatever.
Be like, you only use one? I got a whole bag up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Ah. Oh, man. I mean, how bad do your hemorrhoids have to be to where you're like, I'm going to put potatoes up my ass?
Yeah, I did a Google search. I found this thing on Pinterest.
Of course.
That says if I take Idaho's finest russets,
only the finest,
only the finest, and then freeze them and shove them right up the old tuchus.
Just right up the old keister. Yep.
Right, yeah. Just keister these potato wedges.
Wow.
These steak frites.
Here's a question for you. Can we call these, I mean, I know they're potatoes, but can we call them keister eggs and just start marketing these?
Yes, like those like little baby potatoes.
Yeah.
Call them keister eggs.
Keister eggs. Yeah, they're perfect for just running right up your ass.
Yeah. Like, y'all got hemorrhoids? Have some keister eggs.
Keister eggs. I mean, whatever. We'll just come up with some.
It's the worst, though, is when you send the kids out on that keister egg hunt.
Like, everything stinks.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Just that one uncle that loves it.
Yeah. Can't get enough. Yeah.
Can't get enough of the keister egg
Yeah.
hunt.
Oh man. It's like,
You, Uncle Paul.
yeah. Like you got to put them back or you don't win. Yeah. Oh man. The next year he's just he's like, I know where you can find one, drops trout, and it's got like a string, you know?
God, it's been growing.
No, I was meaning like you pull them out like they're anal beads. Oh. There's like, I don't know, 15, 20 of them up there.
A whole satchel.
Yeah, like, Jesus, how many? It's like the hanky thing with a magician, you know? Like, why is there so many? Why are they coming out so easy?
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah. Good grief.
Well, so we got that going for us.
Wow. See, it's funny. Like, the corona thing makes people weep for humanity, but shit like this is really the kind of thing that I feel like, you know, should make you weep for humanity. Wasn't there a TV show or something where there was somebody who, like, got a potato in their ass? Like, they fell. God, I want to say there was something where they, like, were working on something, they fell and, like, got a in the ass, and it was like a whole, it was like a,
fell.
No, it was actually like a comedy show, like a you know, a sitcom or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm watching some dark porn. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
I thought you meant fell as in, they potato somehow mysteriously that was covered in lubricant.
Right. Well, listen, as long as it's not a glass jar, I'm okay.
Yeah, right. Yikes. Well, I guess on a lighter note of things, Dunkin' Donuts could be my favorite fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're now selling snack and bacon.
Which is any bacon, really.
It's just bags of bacon.
Oh,
it's a side.
Dude, picture
with sweet pepper seasoning.
Fuck yeah, dude. Picture you get yourself a nice sandwich, a side of snack and bacon. Fuck yeah. Yep. I'm in for that.
I know, right?
Hell yes. This needs to happen everywhere. Like, it should be sold like it's potato chips.
Go get a glaze and a sack of bacon.
Yeah.
Probably die 2 hours later.
So? Worth it.
That's okay, though.
Worth it.
Totally worth it.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's a Dunkin' that's freshly opened, you know, there up the road. I might get some snack and bacon at some point.
I mean, I feel like that's a perfect sweet and salty language.
Yeah, you're right?
Yeah. Man.
Because snack and bacon.
Right. Really quick, did they spell bacon correctly, or did they, like, do something stupid to it?
No, just snacking spelled stupid. It's like snacking like they spelled Dunkin' with a little apostrophe at the end of the end. You know?
I can live with that, because snacking...
Like, we're too cool to G.
Well, I mean, if they were like, we came out with snacking bacon, you're like, okay, white guys, you know, so... If they come out with snacking bacon, it's like, fuck yeah, give me 12 satchels of that.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean,
like I said, I'm down. I love, me and bacon.
Yeah.
It's like we're like best friends and shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm
in.
All right, good. But that's all my news stories I got for you right now.
Yeah.
On this sad Sunday night.
Sad Sunday night. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I guess we'll move into. Wow. Sorry, I was looking for. I was looking for to see if I could find the whatever comedy I was thinking of where someone got something in their ass. And I think I was thinking of Scrubs.
Oh, okay. Fair
With the
enough.
person where the line says either this kid's got a light bulb in his butt or his colon has a great idea. But as I was scrolling, this article from Thought Catalog came up, and it's 50 hilarious how did that get in my butt stories.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We may have to save that for another time. Anywho. Nah, fuck it.
How did this get in my butt?
Surprise, motherfucker!
Some fries, motherfucker. That's how it is now. See what I did with the potato and the fries? And anyway, moving on. Yep. So I guess, we should move into the song question of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Methinks
You're correct.
Yeah.
I mean, on my end of things, I checked the Instas. I got nothing on the Instas.
Okay.
Got people liking it. Nobody commenting.
Always
and
helpful.
honestly, on the face page, Brian, I only got one answer on the face page.
Really?
Right?
I don't know why I thought we had more than that.
That was posted multiple times.
Which is always possible, but
Yeah, I'll do some digging because I'm sure you got some emails. But the one I have, the question was, what's a song do you plan to play on your birthday or to play on your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I gotta pull up my Spotify so I can, enter these as I go because it makes my life that much easier, y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
So, yeah, the one I have is from our boy.
Huh.
Our boy Big Dev.
All right.
It says Birthday Sex by Jeremiah. Yeah. I mean, birthday sex has got to be a thing, right?
I mean, it should be, right?
Should be. But he also threw in the Grandpa poll. The Happy Birthday Sweet 16 by Neil Sedaka.
I like it. I think that's Dev's new gimmick is he always has to put the grandpa line in there too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I tell you what, in my day.
We like songs sung by old men to young girls.
You're like, well, what?
Yeah.
Bear with me. You guys ever go Keister egg hunting?
It was a different time.
It was a different time. We could beat our children. We shoved potatoes in our asses.
And we liked it. Oh, man. That's why we always had that saying, never borrow a potato from your neighbor. What?
Oh, yeah, that's all I got on Facebook.
So,
believe it or not.
Oddly, I could have swore that I got more responses on Twitter, but I only have one. And it's from Mr. Jackal, and it's Death Clock, Birthday Death Day, which is...
I mean, that's classic. Didn't someone answer in our Twitter group?
I don't know. I don't remember. Very possible. But I have why I don't normally remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to scroll through the comments, like our notifications, but I hate how Twitter's gotten to where they're like, hey, all these people that liked and did these things. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want these.
It bothers me. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, guys. I mean, I know you got friends on stuff in here, but a lot of these aren't your friends, too.
Yeah.
They're just people you happen to follow.
Right. Exactly. It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scrolling now to see if I missed any, but I guess not. I don't see any. I just went through the notifications, which, they have to have our username in there, so I guess not. I thought I had more than that. Okay.
Well, fair enough.
And I have, you know what I do have?
What do you have?
So remember last week I was like, oh, there's songs that I can't remember that, I dig for birthday songs.
Yeah.
All right. So I put a couple of them into an email here, and Death Clock, Birthday Death Day was one of them. So I'm glad Steve covered that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot that one. I love that one. Another one was, remember I told you I thought there was one called Happy Birthday, Go Fuck Yourself?
Yes.
Okay, it's by a band called The Bottom Line. And it's
okay.
called Happy Birthday, parentheses, go fuck yourself. And there was another one. Oh, yeah. And the other one was Birthday Song by the Dick Van Dykes. And that's D-I-K Van, D-Y-K-E-S. If you're nasty. I don't know.
Happy birthday, Dick, I have.
No, we're not.
You
may not be able to find a couple of those. They're kind of obscure. I just remember hearing them.
They are not Spotify friendly.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Boo earns. Well,
Boo earns indeed.
All right. Well, fine. I guess I'll just move Cheeto Bandito's answer, which was Happy Birthday, Nursery Rhymes. And then hashtag sorry.
I mean, I guess it is a classic.
Wish I had the sound drop from Zoidberg. It's bad and you should feel bad.
Yeah, right.
No, it fits. I mean, that's what we.
It is the ideal classic birthday song.
I'll put the link to the two that Tony couldn't find in our show notes. So if you want to listen to them, you can go listen to them over on the YouTubes instead.
The old YouTubes.
Yep. So, yep. And I guess that's it then, right? For those.
Yeah, I believe so. We just got to go for whatever the current one is.
Okay, so for this week, it's a song to play that mentions someone's name.
A song to play that mentions someone's name. Well, I mean, in my brain, I gotta go. This is how I have to do it. I have to go with the very first one that pops in my head.
Yeah.
Very first one that popped in my head is Mary Mary Run DMC.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I don't even know if that's the name of a song.
Okay.
But, Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Yep, sure is.
First one that popped into my head was Come On Eileen.
Oh, fair enough.
So, but I'm going to, my Hobie is going to be Suzanne by Weezer.
Ah, right on.
one more Hobie for you.
Okay.
Does this count if it's the Chewbacca song?
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
So, there you go. Those are my answers.
Chewbacca! What a Wookiee!
Yeah. Easily.
All right. So, yeah, I guess what we're looking for, y'all, is a song that mentions a name. Yes, because,
Jump on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this week was,
McConkey.
Sure was. It sure was, sir. Oh, dude. How can I 2 minutes ago fucking make a Nasty Boys reference again? I mean, Nasty Boys is already on our list, but how did I not say it? I mean, it literally,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I just made a reference to it, and, which means I'm sure someone listening is now, if they weren't already thinking of Miss Jackson by Outkast, they are. So.
Right.
'Cause,
I am for real.
yeah. I guess.
Yes.
All right.
I really want to get together and actually play this game, by the way.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Right? Yeah, right? Well, we definitely have the decks for it. So.
Yeah, it's true.
So. All right. Well, yeah, Tony already told you what it is for this week, so to saying it again. And really quick, I do want to point out, like, if you're interested in getting a copy of the deck, it's at Game That Song on, I think, on most social media. So
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, and they're on face page at Game That Song also, I believe. So If you want to check them out over there, to grab a copy for yourself, you certainly can.
Aye.
Tell them we sent you. I guess, I don't know, whatever. And also, if you're listening, please answer the thing, because
Yeah.
it's more fun.
I mean, people like their posts, but just let us know what you're thinking, y'all.
It's one of those old Mantran times, and it's one of the things I really hate about social media is how fucking antisocial people want to be on social media. Like, you have an opportunity to, like this. It's like you see somebody put a poll up on Twitter, and it's got all these likes, but you look at the votes, and you're like, well, the votes don't correlate,
Right.
Why doesn't it have the same amount of votes as it does likes? Interact with people, please. Like, not just us, but others. When other podcasts and stuff ask for, like, hey, what's your favorite this or that? Throw them in there. Like, work with us, dang it. We're people
might find
too.
it shocking, y'all. We want to hear about it.
Yeah. So there you go. And like I said, not just, I mean, especially the social media stuff. So, screw it for businesses. Don't worry about that. But, unless they're giving you something in return.
Yeah.
Like data breaches.
Yeah. Because that's what you're giving them, is just pure data.
Yeah. And all they give you back, like, whoopsies, we accidentally let all your data out. Fuckers.
You bastards.
Anyway. Yeah. So there you go. Also, speaking of interactions, we'd really appreciate it if you would rate, review, and subscribe if you haven't already. We haven't gotten a lot of reviews lately, so we would appreciate it if you would review the show.
It would be nice.
Or if you don't want to review it, if you just, if you want to email us, you can reach us at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can DM us on Twitter at salty_language. And, let us know what you like about the show, or if there's something you don't like about the show. I mean, say the word and Tony's out of here. I mean, just done.
Shit.
Yeah. Just right out. Tony, I don't know how to tell you this. We finally got fan interaction, and they all want, tough shit. He's still here. Man, that would be horrible, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be horrible.
Like, we finally get, an overwhelming response from people, and it's like, they're like, the hosts are still...
Right.
Like, oh no, what do we do? Like, well, I guess we replace ourselves. Oh man. Then we get the salty language equivalent of the fake Diesel and Razor Ramon. People who really don't look anything like us, but kinda, if you squint one eye and it's dark, Oh man. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony.
Yep. And follow us on, Instagram. We're Salty Language over there. On YouTube's, we're Salty Language Pod. We're on Facebook if you really want to follow us.
I mean, we are there. We check it. I check it if people interact with it.
Right. Yeah. I seriously, if you want to help the show out and you want to run our Facebook, hit us up. We can make you an admin for the page, and
Yeah, it's a very lucrative job.
Yeah. Yes. It pays you all the tender hugs and kisses you could want.
Yes.
Not from us though. I just have to. Our lawyers say I have to tell you that those hugs and kisses are not from us, or probably anyone you're going to want them from.
For sure, right?
Or even exist.
Oof.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, and of course, head over to saltylanguage.com where you can find all the links if you need any of them, as well as you can find the past episodes, the enthusiast episodes that we've done, the links to the networks we're part of, such as the Tangent Network and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment. So please go check out those networks and probably find some other interesting programs that you'll enjoy.
Indeed.
Or don't.
Indeed. No, just do it.
No.
Do it.
All right, fine. Do it.
Yeah, all right.
Right. So, and again, any links for the show are in the show notes. They'll be up on the website also if you need any of those. And, lastly, please share the show with your friends and tell them, say, hey, you should listen to these guys because, they'll get real sad if you don't.
You like to hear about, sea turtle butlers and shoving potatoes in your asshole?
Have I got a show for you? Yeah. Oh my. And who doesn't? Let's be honest. Who does not want to hear about,
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right. So I guess until next week, I've been Brian.
I've been Tony.
And, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And good luck on your Keister egg hunt.
Jesus.